on to round 3, heat number 2. It's Mr. Geek FPV in chair 1, FPVSlacker in chair 2. He's out placing his quad right now on the podium, and FpvDrift in chair number 3. So there's FpVSlacker making his way back to the flight line to begin this. I guess it will be 8th race on the day. So we're just about ready to go here. Everybody's plugged in and in place. We have our spotters, so we can tell where people are when they come down. And looks like we are ready to race.
Ready. On the tone. Let's race.
The one quad up a little early, 2 quads through. It's Mr. Geek through the gates first. FpVSlacker second, and FpvDrift third through the gates. And Mr. Geek tearing it up out there through the corkscrew already. Into the split S. FpVSlacker coming up to the corkscrew complex himself as FpvDrift is going through it. So lap 1 down for Mr. Geek FPV in a time of 29.389 seconds. He'll try to keep pushing that lap time, and that's on pace for a 5-lap race. So once again, Mr. Geek trying to keep that going. We've got one of the streamers down on the One of the streamers have been cut out there on the corkscrew, so we'll keep an eye on that throughout the day. A couple races ago, we had one of the pilots just grabbed straight out of the air as that was trailing through the gates and just wrapped right around all his stuff. Mr. Geek now on his 3rd lap, 29.910 seconds on that lap time. FpvDrift pulling down his 1st lap. FpVSlacker still making his way around the back part of the course there now. Into the backstretch he goes. And Mr. Geek just getting by him there. Now on his last lap, that's a 27-second lap. He's got 22 seconds to go. He's going to have to really push it to make that 5-second lap. A big wide turn on the corkscrew. Through the split S with 10 seconds to go. He's through gate number 9. This is going to be a close one, folks. And looks like he missed the gate there. So that'll do it. 4 laps for Mr. Geek. It gives it to him. The whole shot gives him just enough time to get through there. So Mr. Geek will be on to his 5th lap. And unfortunately, that 5th lap might have been exactly what he didn't need, as he has crashed, and it may just do him in. So FpvDrift now through with his race. He'll have at least 6 points. Mr. Geek will have 1 minute to get that quad back into the air. It looks like it's caught in some trees out there. FpVSlacker to finish his race. He does that, he'll get at least 4. If Mr. Geek doesn't go, they'll all vault up in points there. So we're up to 45 seconds past race now. But FpVSlacker still hasn't finished, so that may give Mr. Geek a little bit more time to get his quad into the air. So we'll keep an eye on both of those. Looks like Mr. Geek has hung it up there. FpVSlacker now to finish his race.
FpVSlacker done. All pilots are finished. The race is completed.
And there's your results for round 3, heat number 2. It's FpvDrift taking that one with 2 laps, and FPVSlacker in second place, bringing 6 points into the game. Mr. Geek going on to his 5th lap, just making that 5th lap by maybe just a fraction of a second. The ironic thing about that is if he'd have not made that 5th lap, that would have been a 10-point race. Otherwise, by getting that 5th lap, it knocks him out. So there's a difference between your point standings and how we do the scoring between when you do the regional qualifying race and when you're racing in the Alaska Drone Racing League. It's all about points here, but when you're out there racing for the big bucks, it's all about laps. So that's why these guys are really pushing hard to get those lap times up and get what they can.